Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Much love to you all. Hopefully, y'all are having an amazing day. You've already taken time to give God some thanks for all the things that are blessing you and your family. The fact that you woke up this morning, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're healthy, you have water in your home, you have a roof over your head, you have food in your refrigerator and inside of your cabinets. All those things. You have a vehicle, you have gas. It's just so many things to be thankful for. And it just amazes me how we always find a way to complain when we are so blessed. We are so blessed, man. I just want to say much love to you all. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click the like button as well and share this bad boy. I seen a video earlier today that I want to share with you all. Okay. That's the reason why we're here today, because I really want to share something with you all. And happy belated Mother's Day to all of the ladies, and happy belated Mother's Day to all of the women in your life, be it your wives, your the mothers of your children, your aunts, your grandparents, your daughters, if they have children, teachers that you know, co-workers, all of that. So much love to you all. Good morning. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I am a huge fan of the Valuetainment channel. A huge fan of the Valuetainment channel. Been watching Patrick Bet-David's videos for years. And I seen that he just now interviewed Vivek Ramaswamy. I have my thoughts on what Ann Coulter said to Vivek Ramaswamy about her supporting him, but she wouldn't vote for him because he is an Indian. She says she would not vote for him because he is an Indian. I have my thoughts on that, but I want to hear what y'all got to say about that. Good morning to everyone inside of the chat. Please hit the thumbs up button for me. That would be absolutely amazing. And if you're cool with sharing this on your internet, on your social media platforms, that would be dope as well. All right, let's go and check it out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I thought this was real interesting. I wanted to share this with y'all.
Ann Coulter, who we've had on the podcast before. Ann Coulter, I think you and her are, on a show together. You're doing something together. And she asked this question. I just want to get your reaction on. Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
That's why I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives on the future direction of our country, of our conservative movement, and on this question of nationalism and national identity, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time.
Can you fast forward to when she says it, Rob?
Interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having
Is it right here?
Live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I, too, am a fan of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black.
Hold on. She said he's so bright and articulate, and she had to back up from that because she said, I can call you that since you're not an American black, and we already know how that goes, man. A lot of people like getting offended by that.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
Just skip over the racism.
But first of all, did you know she was? Because it seems like when you guys are starting, there's a little bit of tension. I don't know if there was like pre-getting started where there was tension or not.
Oh, you're pretty good at picking that up, man. So give me the context here. So I ran this podcast during the presidential campaign. It was called Truth.
Yeah.
I took some time off after the campaign, and now, getting back in the swing of things. So we relaunched the Truth podcast, just relaunched it officially last week. So, get that up on the ground. We'd have good conversations.
Right.
And I wanted to pick on some people who had poked me a little bit on social media or in other ways to be able to, it's kind of boring to just talk about everybody who agrees with the same thing.
Right.
But let's get a little bit of tension from the left, from the right. So I'll bring Ann Coulter on because during the campaign, I don't remember what exactly she said, but on numerous instances would comment on different ways in which I might not be quite qualified to be president, right? So let's get her on and have a conversation. And both of us are interested in the theme of nationalism. I did not expect she would just kick it off right there, get right into the business. And I think it actually made for a really good conversation, believe it or not. Of course, I disagree with hell like her on that being a criteria to be the U.S. president is her description of whether or not you're an Indian. I'm born in the United States. I'm as American as they come. But I thought it actually formed a really strong basis for an honest conversation that we otherwise don't have. Because her view is that in order to actually be a U.S. president, you got to be even more American, right? So you're not fully American if your parents weren't from the United States of America. And in order to trust somebody, the more generations they've been here, let's say you've been here 6 or 7 generations, you have more of what she would call, I think she did call it in the podcast, a security policy. It's like an insurance policy that you know that if you're going to put somebody in that high office, at least you know that they've really, really soaked up what it means to be American. Now, I disagree with that. I disagree with that because you have people in the 7th generation Americans who are the kids of some, I've known many of these people, grow up in the Upper East Side. Some daughter who lives in Brooklyn thinks she's a hippie, talks about hating this country. Well, I don't think that that person's any more American than I am just because my parents happen to have been legal immigrants to this country.
So I got 2 questions for you.
But it made for a good conversation.
I got 2 questions for you with this, okay? On one end, how many people you think are like, if you were to say, of the voters block, what percentage of the voter block agrees with her?
Now, I'm glad that he asked this question because I actually was saying this like when we actually thought that Vivek had a chance. Now, some of you probably did not think he had a chance. Me, my naivete when it comes to politics, I actually thought he had a chance, especially when it looked like they were doing whatever they possibly could to make sure that Trump could not run at all. Vivek wanted to be that option, that second option. Like, if this doesn't happen, look, I back Trump. I think that he's amazing, blah, 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 blah. But if he doesn't pull through his legal situations that he's fighting, I'm your guy. Vote for me. That's what I thought. I thought he was like a next up. But I always said, and I still say, that I believe that a lot of people and Coulter said it, but I believe that she is the mouthpiece for a group of people who feel that way. The fact that he is not a Christian more than anything, like not that his parents were from India and that he was born here and blah, 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 and he came here and became a citizen, all that other stuff. But the fact that he was a Christian, that was the biggest thing. And I got more on this right here, but I want to hear what y'all got to say. Would you have been offended if you were Vivek? And the fact that he was offended is the only thing that matters, be it for real, because this is not a huge thing. But was it classless? Was it classless for Ann Coulter to say that? Am I saying it right? Ann Coulter? I thought it might have been classless or poor timing.
So say in the Republican primary?
In the Republican primary to say, you know what, I'm not going to, even if it's 1%, 2%, 3%, what do you think it is?
So I will tell you this with confidence. It is a lot higher than I believed it was a year ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's a lot higher than I believe you would think it is too.
Interesting.
Which is why, and I said this on social media, and some people hit me on the left from it, I said I respect her for saying it, even though I disagree. Right? Because at least she has the spine to say in public what many other people, not a majority, not even close to a majority, but a lot of people. She's not alone. She is voicing a view that I think is widespread.
Now, that's one thing that I agree with. Y'all call her a butthole. Y'all say she's insufferable. You say she's rude. I say that she's classless by making that point at the saying that statement at the time that she said it. But I got to give credit where it's due. Anybody that just jumps out there and say it to you face to face, much love to you. I would much rather you say it to me face to face than you jump into the get along gang and just whisper about me and say these things behind my back and even have me thinking I got a chance when in all actuality, you don't plan on supporting me at all. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's that way. Sometimes people will act like they got your back. They act like they're going to support you. They act like you're their guy. But then behind closed doors, they're talking about, but he's an Indian. I'm not going to vote for him. He's an Indian. But you have me thinking that I actually have a chance. Or you saying, he's not a Christian. I'm not going to vote for a person that can't swear on the Bible. They need to swear on a Quran, or they need to swear on, because you have to swear in when you become the president of the United States. And you know what I mean? So whatever holds you back, I would rather you say it to my face. That's the type of person I am. I don't want to debate, argue, fight, none of that. But the fact that you're honest with me, you get extra points for me from that. I don't know how you feel about that, but she gets extra points for saying it to his face. Did she wait for the wrong time to be on a massive platform in an interview to say this? Yeah, she probably could have picked a better time. She could have said it before the interview. She could have said it before the interview, but she decided to say it during the interview. And it seemed like sometimes it's just between me. And just me. I think that sometimes women are more bold than men. I'm just going to say that.
And actually, I what the hell? We're here. We're just gonna let loose a little bit. I had somebody text me who had run for position. You guys might know her, Harmeet Dillon. You know Harmeet Dillon?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Harmeet's super cool, so I hope she's fine with me saying this, because I think it's important that the public know. We can't just have these conversations behind closed doors, not having them in the open. Said that when she ran for her position of being the chairwoman of the RNC, she had many people tell her the same thing too, which is interesting to me, because most of the grassroots was, a lot of the grassroots were with me, a lot of grassroots were with people like Harmeet, but there are people who believe that if you're electing people to positions of leadership, how American you are is a spectrum.
When you were out there campaigning, did anybody face you, confront you, and say, I would totally support you, but you're too brown for me? Did anyone say
So
it?
I had many of those for religion. So I didn't have anybody come up and say that because of, well, there were people on social media who would make an argument. It wasn't on ethnicity. And this is part of Anne's point too. It's the point that your parents were immigrants to this country. And so you are truly not at the highest level of being American to be president of the United States.
Right.
So we had a number of people that would say that occasionally. A much more common one, though, for people to my face was, I would love to vote for you. It's difficult for me to vote for somebody else because I agree with you more, but I can't do that because you are Hindu. That came up a lot, especially in Iowa.
Even the town hall when we did, somebody asked you, one of the ladies got up and
remember that. I remember
they
that
asked
too.
you the question, and I thought your answer was fantastic.
But I remember her. I was standing on stage, she was standing right there, very thoughtful.
Yes.
I don't think she was in the category of saying I can't vote for
No,
you.
she didn't say
She
that.
asked a very legitimate question.
She did.
She said, tell me about your faith.
That's right.
Because if you're running for president, I got to know who you are.
Right.
And if your faith is important to you, then in order to know who you are, I got to know your faith. That's different from, I'm telling you though, I will face people in Iowa. There's a pastor in Iowa who wrote an extensive Facebook post. I spent 2 hours with him on the back of a bus talking it through, and he still came out on the other side. As he said, if it is God's will for you to be the U.S. president, I will accept it.
Respect.
But I can't vote for you myself because I can't vote for somebody who doesn't share my faith.
Let me stay on this here. So, first of all, if strategically, I don't know if Ann Coulter wants to sell you some product that Sammy Sosa used. I don't know if you're familiar with Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa actually...
He whitened his skin,
yeah, the skin whitener.
Sammy Sosa
I didn't know that. I know he's a good baseball.
He used what Michael Jackson
actually,
used.
if you're interested...
No, this is real. This is a real story.
All right, guys, y'all got to tell me a little bit about Sammy Sosa. What did he do that have people saying that he tried to bleach his skin or something? Did he take some chemical or something? What did he do? Or was it an actual birth type of situation? Was it an illness? Was it a sickness or anything like that? Please let me know in the comments, because I don't know much about Sammy Sosa.
Not made up.
He got his skin to be lighter, so you...
What? Wait a minute. Why would he do that? Why would you do that? Bro, why would you do that? Why would he do that? Your face looks better in its natural hue. Why would he do that? That don't even look natural. What the That's like me showing up one day and I got white skin. I don't even have the face for white skin. The faces that I make don't match white skin, they match black skin. They match the skin that I was born in. Why would you do this to yourself? This is nuts. What the? Come on, bruh. Come on, man. That's just nasty. That's nasty.
Can go couple shade, lighter. Rob, I don't know why you're laughing. I'm trying to make a solution here to make Ann happy.
I'm not going to be a customer. I'm sorry, but
He was Sammy Sosa there. Now he's
by the way,
Sammy
this guy
Sosa.
hit 66 home runs and he saved MLB in 1998. Let me go back to the question here with this one here. Okay, what do you think's more extreme? What do you think's more extreme? Tell me how your argument is on the other side. So one side, you know what? I don't think America, because back in the days, what was JFK was, Tom, you said Roman Catholic? It was a Roman Catholic where America
those
was
were the headlines when Nixon was running. It's a Roman Catholic.
we're not ready for a Roman Catholic president. Okay, and then America said, nah, we're okay with it, right?
we're actually cool with that. Yeah.
Okay, we're actually cool with that. Do you think, give me which of these are more extreme. So do you think Ann Coulter's position of saying, no, not only do I want you to be a natural-born citizen, but I also want you to be white, to be a true nationalist, to be a president here. How about the opposite side? What about somebody that wasn't born here but has lived here for 35 years?
If somebody say that in order for me to vote for you, you have to be a natural-born American and you have to be a white man, guess what? And some of y'all might fuss at me, and I'm looking in the comments to see this. I don't care. If that's your preference, then that's your preference. That's on you. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Just let it be known. How about that? That's why I don't have any issue with people who are outwardly racist. If you're outwardly racist and you like to say certain things about different groups, or you don't like doing business with certain groups, or you don't like making love to certain groups of people because they are born in a different race, so what? That's your business. I don't care about that. Now, would I endorse that? Would I support that? No, I don't support that. But at the end of the day, I would much rather you be honest with me than to lie. That's just me. I don't want to have to look over my back. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, tell me that's how you feel. Is that how you feel? That's how you feel? That's how you feel? Cool. Now I know. I ain't got to guess. I ain't got no issue with that. I'm sorry, that's just me. Y'all, what y'all think? Do you have an issue with that? I get along with people who are honest. And if you're an honest asshole, then we cool. Because now I can make up my mind I can choose to be around you. I can make a decision. Like, come on. I don't care. Like, we were all we were all raised differently from different walks of life. And some of our aunts and uncles, even our parents or grandparents, they was racist as hell, some of them. Come on now. Now, just because, I don't know if you are like your grandparents or your parents with the negative parts, but some of us do have those traits. But some of us just throw them away because we know that life is far more fulfilling when you embrace everyone, because you realize that we are all men and women of God, period. We're all brothers and sisters. That's how I look at it. I don't look at white people as being different than me. I don't look at black people as being different. I don't look at poor people or rich people as being different than me. I don't. We all bleed red. We're all going to expire at some point. But until we expire, can we get along? Can we love each other at least? Even if we got our differences, can we love each other? Can we do business with each other? Can we help each other out? Can you pray for me? Because I know I'm praying for you. Every day I thank God for people that have me and my family's best interests at heart. If you have my family's best interests at heart, I support you. What are you doing? What are you getting into? I want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Why are we so picky and judgmental and trying to break people down, acting as if we are perfect? None of us are perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't know anybody that's perfect. Nobody. I mean, other than the babies. You know, when babies are born, and the little baby. Babies are perfect in my opinion. I love babies. But at the end of the day, we ruin the babies. We teach them how to be mean. We teach them how to say bad words. We teach them how to not listen to adults. We teach them what to watch and what not to watch. We set them in front of a TV and start to train their minds for ignorance. We do these things. We teach them fear. Babies aren't born with fear. So, I mean, I can go on and on and on. All I'm saying is that if you're honest, you got a better chance with me. Even if you're mean, even if you're an a-hole, I don't care about all that. I'm not sensitive. I'm not emotional like that. Our emotions is not going to get us to a better place in this country. It's not. So when you have an Ann Coulter, who, I know I'm butchering her name, but when you have an Ann blah, 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 who says to Vivek's face, I wouldn't have voted for you because you're Indian. Okay. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate that. Thanks for telling me. Like, you have a right to feel that way. Hopefully, the rest of this country don't feel that way. And if I run for president in 2028, they might give me a fair shake. Who knows? Who knows? That's just me.
Yeah.
Should this person have the right to run for office one day in America? If they've paid their taxes, they've paid their dues, they've lived in America for 35 years, should they have the chance to run for office?
Should they have the chance to run for U.S. president? No. You want to know why? Because the Constitution says so. So if you want to change the Constitution. And would you have 2/3 of this country and 2/3 of the state ratify that? That's a separate conversation.
Right.
But what the Constitution says now is you have to be a natural-born citizen.
Sure.
And a natural-born citizen, as it's ever been read by courts, as it's ever been read through American history for the last century and a half, is you're born in the United States of America. And so I think the Constitution is a beautiful thing. We don't have to relitigate these questions every generation. Then go with what the Constitution actually says.
Then if Ann Coulter is watching, maybe Ann Coulter wants to amend the Constitution and say, naturally born white citizen, right?
Yeah.
See,
with a skin tone that is, maybe be put tears in the skin tone to please Ann Coulter. What do you think? I'm just trying to get some creative ideas here.
I mean, Biden's father are all born in America. I would much rather vote for somebody like this than somebody that's family's been here and ain't doing shit.
So if you like that.
I like that. I like that. Now, somebody said that Ann Coulter actually gave her reason for saying that, and I want to hear that because I like to hear people's point of views. Hold on, Ann Coulter on Vivek being an Indian. I want to hear what she has to say about that. Let me see. She spoke on it. Now, somebody said she gave her reason. Where did she give her reason? Because honestly, I ain't got no issue with people being honest. I have no issue with being, I don't get butt hurt by people saying, oh, I wouldn't vote for you because you're an Indian. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. I don't care. Thank you for being honest. That's just me. That's just me. I want to hear why she said that. Yeah, I want to hear that. Where is it where she gave her explanation? I want to hear her explanation. I want to hear her speak on it because I do like to hear both sides to every story. I'm not one of them type of people that, oh, she's a racist and I'm never going to listen to her again. No, that's not me. I can't do that. That groupthink stuff, I've been doing that ever since I was a Democrat. I was a Democrat all my life. All my life I was a Democrat. Vote blue no matter who. I was a Democrat all my life. So, and it wasn't because of their policies. It definitely wasn't because of their policies. It wasn't because what they was doing for the black community, because they're not doing a whole lot for the black community. But I didn't know that. I just didn't pay attention. I just saw most black people vote Democrat, so I'm gonna vote Democrat. This must be the black party. It must be the black party. Any black people that's watching me right now, let me go ahead and dispel that myth. Just because majority blacks vote Democrat does not mean that the party is the party for black people. It is not. It's not. It's not. Somebody just now told me that if they what people will be in your top 5 that are bad for black culture. Do you know that Ben Carson's name came up? I'm not lying. Ben Carson's name came up, and this was a black person that said that. Are you kidding me? Like, you'll much rather, because he's a conservative, you put him at the bottom and you say that he's bad for black culture. As much as he has achieved in his life, and that's really, but that's just how we think. We got this group think thing going on that if someone says anything ridiculous or somebody don't vote blue or somebody don't back President Barack Obama, they are trash. We're already throwing them out. We're getting rid of them. We're saying that they're bad for black culture. Are you kidding me? I thank goodness for YouTube. Shout out to all of the content creators on YouTube, because if it weren't for me doing these reactions, I wouldn't know anything about Thomas Sowell. Because on no February, the entire time that I was in school, in elementary, middle school, or high school, I heard nothing about Thomas Sowell. Nothing. And y'all know on February, all we do is focus on Black history. Dr. King all the time. That's it. Dr. King and everybody else that was the first Black to do this and the first Black to do this and the Black that did this and the Black man that did this and the Black. What, we just going to assume that they were all what? Democrats? They were not. But I'm not going to get into that because I'm not here to piss anybody off today. I do though want to hear Ann Coulter responds on Vivek, on her reasoning. Yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, I want to hear this. Hold on one second. Nah, man, I need to hear more. Does anybody know where this video is of her giving her response? Because I would love to check that out. You can piss me off today. It's okay. I still like you. I'm not pissing anybody off today. I'll tell you that right now. And let me see. And Ryan Institute and YouTube. Let me see. So reaction videos on those. Just pronounce J. Cole with the tour. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I'm trying to see her response. I'll put a link in Twitch. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I'm looking right now. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie. All right. All right, so here we go. All right, so I got something right here. Thank you, Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie just now gave me this. So I'm about to pull this up. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about this right here. Now, this is very, very, very long. This is very long. Let me see. Yeah, this is very long, but I don't know where it is that she actually gives her her reasoning for saying what she said. This joint is an hour. You gave me the hour-long joint. All right, here we go.
And that's why I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives on the future direction of our country, of our conservative movement, and on this question of nationalism and national identity, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American Black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory.
And I actually think that was funny. I think that what she just now said, I'm not going to call you because you're not an American Black. So, that's frowned upon to call you that, because we all seen before where somebody was endorsing a Black person and they patted them on the head and said, and they're smart too. Yeah, they're smart Black. Look at them. They're smart Black. Assuming that most Blacks are dumb. But, you know what I mean? So some people do get offended by that. Oh, and he can read very well. What you mean I can read? What, you thought I couldn't read because I'm Black? Like, some people just get the dumbest things, man.
And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that. And it's directly related to what you were just talking about. You know, the thing about nationalism, you're totally right. It is like, to use the word nationalism, oh, it's Hitler, it's Hitler. And you know, Hitler had soup. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have soup. Hitler loved dogs. That doesn't mean you shouldn't love dogs. So I think we have to move past this. If Hitler did it, it must be bad. But I do notice when I was listening to your monologue, I don't think I do use the word nationalism. I would use a word you used in your monologue, which I liked quite a bit, and that's citizenship. There's citizenism. How about Americanism?
Yeah.
I'd also point out that the only people who are not allowed to be proud of their ethnic group do tend to be Anglo-Saxons. Oh boy, you can't be proud of being white. Whereas, you know, watch a soccer game. And see, you know, it's Venezuela, we're Mexicans. It's funny, Hispanics don't even think of themselves as Hispanics. They think of themselves as the country they're from. I think French feel very proud to be French. We saw Macron expressly objecting wokeness on the grounds that this is an American institution. We're not going to import this. So you do see basically every other ethnic group very proud of their ethnic group. And the thing I'd say about America, okay, no single cuisine, but you can get Chinese food and Mexican food in Paris and Tokyo. Food has definitely migrated across countries. There is a core national identity that is the identity of the WASP. And that doesn't mean we can't take anyone else in, a Sri Lankan or a Japanese or an Indian. But the core around which the nation's values are formed is the WASP. We've never had a president who didn't have at least partial English ancestry. Never. We've only had one Catholic president. There was only one Catholic signatory to the Declaration of Independence. They were all not only Protestants, but pretty much Presbyterian. King George referred to the American Revolution as that Presbyterian War. So there is a lot in the freedom thing. Samuel Huntington of Harvard has written about this in a fantastic book I recommend to everyone, Who Are We? And he describes how, you know, back in colonial times, interestingly enough, for example, Jews could vote, but Catholics couldn't because people thought they would be more loyal to Rome. Once they became more American Catholic and less Roman Catholic, then they were just, you know, part of us and part of Americans. But you do notice, and he describes why so many countries that have not done very well are dominated by Catholicism. It's much more from the top down. It lends itself to an authoritarian governance, whereas, you know, Calvinists, it's between you and God. And moreover, because of the Presbyterian, I think every ethnic group has this, you know, the WASP work ethic and the Jewish work ethic, and I'm sure there is an Indian work ethic. But specifically with Presbyterians or Protestants, let me put it that way, and the Calvinism, even though it might not be theologically true, but the idea that you are part of the chosen and you prove that by being successful, it's almost the reverse in Catholic countries, not so much this country because American Catholics have basically become Protestants. And that is this worship of being poor, as if you are closer to God because you're poor. That's not the way to create a, like, on-the-go developing country.
No. All
right. So sometimes if you want the truth from somebody and you're not so easily offended and you're not so easily butthurt about what somebody says, you're still a child in an adult's body, and you want to bark back at something that someone said because you just want to argue and you just want to be in a bad place, then you'll get just that. You'll be in your bad place. You'll be pissed off. You'll get your argument. You'll get your debate. You'll get your opportunity to go toe-to-toe with somebody over something ignorant. But if you want the truth, sometimes just shut the hell up and listen. And from what I just now heard from what she just now said, she's not lying. She's not lying. From the beginning of time, of every single president the United States have had, what's expected is a white Anglo-Saxon man. I don't know about the Protestant, but yes, a Christian. A white Christian male is what's expected. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I don't have any issue with what she said by listening to what she said. Lisa Marie, thank you for telling me to listen to her explanation of it. Now, when she said, I wouldn't have voted for you because you're Indian, his face didn't even change. He wasn't bothered. He was like, his face didn't change. He wasn't offended. But Patrick Bet David and Valuetainment Crew, shout out to them for touching on the issue. The fact that she did say it mean that there's a nice group of people, and nice group by the size. There's a big group of people in the country who also feel that way. And one thing we need to get away from, even if you feel that way, I'm cool with you saying it, but I'm not cool with you staying that way simply because it's from the beginning of the time of time. That's what it was. I need for you to change the way you think. Change it, and by changing it, I mean improve the way you think. Like, we can't just stick to white Anglo-Saxon male who is a Christian all the time simply because that's always been the play, right? Sometimes that might not be the answer. Sometimes politicians who are lifelong politicians are not the answer. Because if they were the answer, then Joe Biden would technically be the best president of all time. Because he was a lifelong politician. This dude has been losing races all of his life. And we see what type of president that he is. He's not a great president. I'm sorry, he's just not. And we can see that the closer it comes to voting again for presidency, the more he's trying to give to this group and give to that group. Oh, we're going to give $80 billion to black universities, black colleges, and we're going to go speak at their graduations. We're going to give commencement speeches and tell them that the worst thing that ever happened to America is the white man, racism and white supremacy. All right, we're going to remind them that we are the problem and that I'm the only person that can save them because I love them. I have a heart for the black person. And it's all a lie. It's a song and dance. It's like buying a lady a drink and then buying her another drink and staying close to her the whole night while she's at the club and then buying her another drink because you're trying to get her draws. You're trying to get the draws, okay? Sometimes you need to know when somebody's trying to get the draws or if they're being honest with you, if they're trying to play you. And Joe Biden is trying to play us, period. And by us, I mean the black people. He's trying to play the black people. He already gave up on a lot of y'all. That's why he separate himself from MAGA country. He don't consider MAGA a part of the America that he supports. And that's the issue. That's the issue. Because you don't support me, then screw you. I don't support you. And you can't do that as the president. You got to be the president for everyone. And that's why a lot of black people were mad at President Barack Obama, too, because they expected for him to bust up in the building and say, if you're black, I'm only here for you. Kool-Aid and fried chicken for everybody. Reparations for everybody. Everybody gets some reparations and fried chicken and Kool-Aid and whatever else black people like. What you want? What you want? You want some shoes? What you want? Nah, it don't work that way. We want the best and we want the brightest and we want people with a spine, people that would get things done. You know what I mean? If we weren't voting with our emotions, this border crisis wouldn't be nowhere near where it is right now. If we weren't voting with our emotions, wars in all these different countries wouldn't happen right now. It wouldn't be happening because we had somebody strong that would have taken care of all of that. A lot of y'all probably not picking up what I'm putting down, but this is just from my own periphery, from my own vantage point, my own perspective. This is just where I see things based off of my own upbringing and where I am right now in life. That's it. That's it. But as far as what she said, I have no issue with what she said. Sorry. I know that might hurt some people, but I just don't have no issue with what she said. And I do want to say thank you so much for the super chat. Jenny, get it? Jenny getting inky with it. Thank you so much. She said Ann is an idiot. I don't know if Ann is an idiot, but okay. She said Ann is an idiot, but at least she's transparent. 1,000%. You get my vote for that part right there. But if she thinks the daughters of the American Revolution are more American than Vivek, she's sadly mistaken. Who does she think is going to elite college and is protesting? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think I would say this, Jenny getting inky with it. I would say this. I think she's just giving you an honest view of where we are in our country. That's it. That's what I think. I think she's giving you an honest view of where we are in our country. And I think she has a right to do so. And I have no issue with it. None. None. I wouldn't have voted for you because you're Indian. Woo, I think that's a bar. I think that's a bar. Much love again to Jenny getting inky with it with another super chat. Thank you so much. Anyone who thinks white Christian male is the answer hasn't read the Bible very well. God called on all sorts of people to do his will. You're absolutely right. But God did not call on all sorts of people to be the president of the United States. Being the president of the United States is not necessarily doing his will, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't think she expects it. I just think that that's what she's used to. And she's being 1,000% honest. And if he could present himself to be a better candidate or someone in a better position than that will put this country in a better position than any other options, I think she would. Hold on 1 second. I gotta send an invite to somebody because I gotta get up out of here for a meeting. For anyone that wants to learn how to grow on YouTube, I need for y'all to reach out to me with the word coach, okay? All right, we meet on a daily basis to make sure people are growing. We have someone right now that's at 140,000 subscribers after 4 months of working with me. Everyone that worked with me reached monetization in under 30 days. We have some people who reach it in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, but it's amazing. It's not about speed. It's about positioning yourself so you understand how to navigate around these platforms, because sometimes it's a lot happening and it will behoove us all, you included. It will behoove you to learn how to operate on these social media platforms, okay? And I want to teach you how to do that. Reach out to me with the word coach and let's get it popping, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and invite this person right quick. And when they show up, I will get up out of here. Let me see. Mine is T M. Let me see here. Yeah. So I did not pull up today, so I can be here for hours. Unfortunately, I did not. I pulled up today because I heard this story and I said, you know what? I want to share this with my YouTube family. And I want to start to do this more and more and more often. It's just I have to be better at my scheduling. My scheduling is all over the place because I'm not that great at it, but I'm trying to become better. So, but I will say this. I will vote for somebody if I believe that they are the best for this country. And I believe you should do the same thing. Don't let anything block you that's something superficial, okay? But how somebody worships or who they worship to, I hate to break it to you, but that is important. Please don't miss that. That is important. I want you to understand that, because the person that runs the country, if they don't worship the same God you worship, and this might sound so ignorant, but I'm going to say it anyway. If they don't worship the same God you worship, they could completely mess up the fabric of everything that was built if they're trying to mix things up. And, you know, it's and they're not trying to do it on purpose. It's just simply, it's I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm just going to be quiet. I think it's extremely important, in my opinion, because I'm a God-fearing man, period. I'm a God-fearing man. And honestly, it would halt me a little bit before casting my vote for somebody who has different spiritual beliefs than I have. It would. It would, because that changes a lot. And a lot of us don't believe that it changes a lot. Like, you can worship with whoever you worship and all this other stuff. Well, you can. I believe that's 1000% true. But when you are the leader of such a great nation, the number one nation in the world, yeah, you being a Christian, you loving God, that means something to me. It does. It does. Except if you're a black man. That's why I voted for Barack Obama twice. Look, is he a Muslim? Is he a Christian? What is he? Or he a Christian now so that he can be the president? Okay, I see how you playing the game, bro. Give you a pound for that one. I give you a pound for that one, because all of them play the game. None of these guys are who they claim they are. None of them. If you think that they are who they claim they are, then come here. Let me give you a hug, baby, because obviously you are misled. Stop believing these daggone people, man. They are crazy. They are nuts. They don't have your best interest at heart. But I will say this, though. Trump, he surprised me. That brother surprised me, because all of the slander that they put on him on MSNBC, on CNN, all over, anywhere you can see, Hollywood has pooped on this dude once he came out as a Republican candidate. They started pooping on him. And these are people who was their friends. This just shows that they didn't give a damn about him. They just cared about the money that he bring to them. They cared about the attention that he bring to their networks. That's it. But he's a good guy. And as soon as he ran as a Republican candidate, oh, screw you. F you, read between the lines. Like, come on, man. Everybody talking about, if he become president, I'm going to another country. If he becomes president, you move into another country? Well, that didn't happen not one daggone time. Please tell me one person that said that publicly that moved to another country. They probably got dual citizens. They probably went over to another country and pledged their allegiance as a backup plan. They probably went over to Canada and pledged their allegiance as a backup plan. They probably went to Africa and pledged their allegiance as a backup plan to one of the countries in Africa, or in Asia, one of the countries in Asia, or somewhere else. But guess what? I bet they brought their tails back. And I bet when they got back here, they felt safe. They felt happy. They felt warm. They felt cozy. They felt like they could breathe. They felt like they didn't have to look over their backs nearly as much. So yeah, y'all keep faking it if you want. We go to these other countries for a week, for maybe 2 weeks if we got it like that, for a couple of days, for a visit. But we make sure we get our tails back, because this is the best place to be. Simple and plain. If it's not, then why aren't you there? Why aren't you there? I tell you why. Because this is the best place to be. She said, I am being honest with you. I would not have voted for you because you're Indian. I ain't got no issue with that. I'm sorry. I just don't. Jenny, I want to say thank you so much for your super chats. I really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. If y'all know anybody that's trying to build their YouTube channel, please tell them to reach out to me. I know a couple of things. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I know some things, okay? All right? I do. And it's been proven with everybody that's inside the coaching group. It really has. Lisa Marie, thank you so much for helping me out. I appreciate it. Jeanette, thank you so much for helping me out. Jenny, getting inky with it. Thank you so much for the super chats and for participating with your pocketbook. I really appreciate that as well. And I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. And if y'all have anything else for me to go check out, give the link. Okay, I'll give you the link. You talking about the link. Are you talking about the link to what I was checking out, or the link to reach out to me? Here's email me here. Email me here, guys. Just email me the word coach. And if you have something specific to talk to me about or anything like that, please let me know inside of your email, okay? And we will meet immediately. I want you to reach out to me, and I'm going to answer you immediately, okay? All right. Y'all guys have been fun. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all keep